I like this one. I like this one. I like this one. Hello, 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 everyone. Come on in. Come on in. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. Sunday night. It's time. JewCee Tales Erotic Chat. We got a couple of people. Make sure you say hello. Let us know where you're from. How y'all doing tonight? This one's kind of funky. I like this one. I feel like voguing.
You know what?
How do you do that shit?
She's showing our ages.
Damn. Oh well.
Somewhat I'm seasoned.
Very nicely too.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
This is a bop.
Hello, Lady Mo. On Instagram. Welcome to JewCee Tales Erotic Chat. We're just giving everybody a couple more minutes. I got a hot topic tonight. Yes, we do. Got our sippy poo tonight.
Yes, because this is gonna be real good. We already know. Anytime Purple Rain comes with it, it's gonna be a good one. The last series was dope as fuck. So like, come on.
Hey Mo, I'll be back. Oh, I don't know when I'm coming back to Toledo. I need something to do in Toledo. I'm headed to Detroit though this weekend, girl. I'm headed to Detroit. So I'm
D-Town?
Detroit for 2 days, Friday and Saturday. I'm headed up that. I'm coming close. I'm coming close. If I don't find a hotel pretty soon, I'll probably be trying to stay in Toledo. So trying to find something reasonably priced because it's Cinco de Mayo weekend. So kind of crazy. Hotel prices are a little outrageous right now. We're going to give it a couple more minutes, guys. A couple more minutes. Lady Mo says, yes, sippy sip.
Ain't that it?
Mm-hmm. Almost there, guys. Almost there. All right. Okay, guys, we are ready. Are you guys ready? I'm ready.
I am.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Lady Mo says, "Yep, I'm gonna be a little drunk Cinco de Mayo weekend. Just a little,
Only a little.
just a smidge. That's okay. Don't tell all your business. We get you. We get you. don't tell it all. We know. Right. Mom's the word. Just a little drunk. All right, guys. Welcome to another sensual Sunday on Juicy Tales Erotic Chat. Oh, I am your hostess with the mostest, Ms. JewCee. And of course, I could not do this without the we in the house that I have, my beautiful, wonderfully melanated queens that are joining me this evening all the way out in Los Angeles, California. We have the gorgeous, the most vivacious, the stunning entrepreneur, film extraordinaire. I don't know what else to say about this girl except for I love her to death. Miss
Thank you. Thank you. It gets better every week, so I'll just be taking it all in. So thank you. Ooh, thank you.
She's gonna be taking it all in. And then, of course, my little sis, all the way down in Naptown, Indianapolis, Indiana, joining us live tonight and hitting up our discussion this evening. So excited for that. We have all the way from Indianapolis, Indiana, Ms. Purple Rain is in the house.
Hi, everybody. I'm excited.
Yes.
This is going to be so good.
It's going to be.
Y'all are making me blush already.
This is going to be so much fun. So you guys, hey, look, get your pencil and paper ready because you might want to take notes. You can watch this show later. It's going to be recorded. So it's all on all of our platforms for you to take
all of our platforms. And if you need to catch it in the replay, go to YouTube. One of all of us got it.
Yes. Because this is going to be one for the record book. So we definitely want you guys to take a listen, take a learn, have some fun with us this evening. But before we jump into our topic, ladies, let's get into how was your week? How was your week, Siren? What did you get into this week?
I got into traveling. I came back.
Okay.
Monday. My flight was delayed. So I didn't get home till like 3 o'clock in the morning and had to get right back up and go to work and get through that 8-hour day or 10 hours, however you want to look at it. And then get right back into the swing of things. And I achieved that and I did that and I'm good now.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome back to LA, ma'am.
I know, right? Thank you.
Sunshine.
Yes.
Warmer temperatures.
Yes.
Jealous. We're jealous.
I don't care, but yes.
And Mr. Rain, what's going on with you? How was your week this week?
Nothing much over on this side of the planet. I did get some confirmation on some different directions that I'm taking my life. So, I mean, other than that, everything's peaches and cream over here. And I love what I do and loving life and smiling.
Okay.
That's like to smile.
Yes. That's always a good thing right there. It is. So, well, for myself, once again, guys, I got out in Cleveland last night. Got to give a shout out to Velvet Dior for her event. We had a male review, a hoedown. One of our friends from Chicago was there. Mr. Stallion was in the house. Yes, he was with all of his gorgeous glory. So great night. Met a lot of new wonderful ladies here in Cleveland. I hope everybody enjoys their purchases from JewCee Boutique. Okay. Yay, 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 yay. Working diligently on the Ebony Erotic experience. You know, we can't start the show without talking about this upcoming event. We are 6 months away, guys. 6 months. We started in January. Seemed like we had a lot of time, but now that time is just rolling by really, really quick. And wow, are we ready for this event or what? It just confirmed a couple of more people that will be on the ticket, I guess you could say, for the event. We're getting the last of their deposits together. I think I can honestly say a couple that's very near and dear to EEE will most definitely be returning. We'll just leave it at that. Because we still have a couple more things to work out. But
thinking about that just make your back arch. You know, you just
it makes your posture sit up a little bit.
It makes me want to sit in the front row. But anyway, that's where I'm going.
That part.
You know, and honestly, guys, you know, we are putting this event together for you all to come and enjoy, but our staff is going.
Don't get it twisted.
During certain times, you may not be able to find a staff member. I just wanted everybody to understand that.
You'll be able to find us. We all gonna be in the same spot.
Go. I don't know what we'll be doing, but anyway.
Honestly, knowing what I know about being at the first one, we're not gonna all be in the same place. Trust me, it's gonna be spread.
It's gonna be spread out. Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Now we have 2 floors. We have 2 floors at this facility. So let me just get this going for you guys. October 27th and 28th, you need to have your asses in Cleveland, Ohio for the Ebony Erotic Experience, the Second Coming Burlesque Edition. Don't make no damn excuses because we have been advertising this since January. We have sold out the first block of rooms that we had. They are gone, y'all. Gone, bye-bye. Hey, Lorenzo. And so we're on our next block of rooms, and this is only April. I'm gonna let that pause. I'm gonna let that absorb that. It's only April. Okay. On board already. Look, you're paying $225 to be at this event. We have 4 confirmed and announced special featured guests already. Lady V&D Black from Atlanta, Georgia, who just had standing room only. Standing room only.
No, there was no standing room.
They couldn't even get anybody else in there. Okay.
Exactly.
It was packed.
No standing room.
It was packed. All the seats were taken, and they were in a very nice size room for their face sitting class. They're going to be at the Ebony Erotic Experience
teaching a face sitting class.
2 days. They're going to be doing face sitting. They're going to be talking about being a swinger and couples, and they're sexuality coaches, as well as OnlyFans. Did I get it right? Did I say it right? Finally, yay! OnlyFans. Look, this couple is so dynamic, and I'm so excited to have them. They've been on my show several times, but I'm going to tell y'all right now, I get them the first 15 minutes, and I'm hugging for a long time. So, you know, they're mine. So then after that, I'll share. Okay. After that.
That's fine. I get the second 15 minutes.
Okay. Lorenzo said Chicago Exotica was packed. Yay!
See, but why do I gotta? Okay, I'll take what I get.
So we're gonna. So we definitely want you guys to be in the house for Ebony Erotic Experience. Next, all the way from Barbados, all the way from Barbados, we have the passion poet himself, Mr. Robert
Yes,
Gibson,
ma'am. Yes,
will
ma'am.
be in the house. Oh my God, this is a big coup. We have got his visa, his passport, his room. We're working on the flight next. We're getting this man over to this country. And let me tell you something, gentlemen, he's going to get those women primed. We need to put puppy pads down on all seats.
On all seats. All seats.
All seats. Because
I'll make sure that gets done.
baritone voice comes out, and the poetry and the accent and the eating the pussy and whatever else he needs, stick the dick, the tongue, whatever. You can thank us later. Okay. And then our host and hostess. Oh my gosh. From Chicago, we got Mr. Hood Rays. From Indianapolis, we got Miss Hollywood. So the people that we already have on board, you're paying $225 for 2 days of all of these folks already. This is over $1,000 worth of talent.
Yes.
And we haven't even gotten to the good stuff yet. I mean, this is great, but we got some more good stuff coming. So get your tickets, go out to Eventbrite. Today is the last day that you can get them for the payment plan, the 3 payment plan. Probably by tomorrow, we will have up the double payment tomorrow afternoon. Give me until tomorrow afternoon to get that up for everybody, where you can make 2 payments. But other than that, it's $225. It is Lady Mo. It is on Eventbrite, and you can put it in by the date, October 27th and 28th, 2023 in Cleveland, Ohio, or you can put it by its title, which is the Ebony Erotic Experience. The second coming, second is spelled out. Coming is spelled Cumming, burlesque edition. And remember, everybody, please remember, get your burlesque on. Girl, ladies, guys, we've showed you some outfits. Ladies, we've showed you some outfits, but it's going to be so much fun. Make sure you come in the theme, because you get to leave your vanilla self behind. Just just let all your inhibitions go. There are absolutely no cameras, no cell phones allowed. So
in the building,
as decadent, as naughty, as nasty as you want to be. This is a private venue, 2 floors. 2 floors. Okay. Y'all want to be here. This is the place to be. Not only will we have great entertainment for you guys, but we're going to have education for you as well. And this is not like all other events. And why I say that is because of the educational component, the fact that it's a smaller event, the fact that it is about people of color and their supporters. I want to stress that everybody is welcome. All of our featured entertainers right now are people of color. And we're going to be taking a look at this type of lifestyles, the different lifestyles like BDSM, fetishes, the poly lifestyle, swinger lifestyle. We're going to be taking a look at that from the people of color standpoint. And it's very, very important that we be able to have these open dialogues and be able to talk to people that look like us about these types of topics. Ladies, do you agree on that?
I agree.
Absolutely.
Siren, you were at the first EEE. Can you tell everyone just a little bit? This is just the one thing out of everything that happened for me, my favorite part was the panel discussion. To this day, I still get chill bumps. We shut the doors. And that conversation was
everything. Open, vulnerable, safe.
Safe is good.
Safe. You didn't feel like if I say something, somebody's gonna look at me crazy or anything like that, or somebody's gonna judge me. It was very much so just, hey, we here. It is what it is. And then it was more people doing the same thing, and it was very very much so a safe space.
And it embraced everyone. I mean, this thing was so touching. We had people crying because they got to actually speak their truth. And they felt comfortable enough to do that. And we gave them that area, and we're going to give that area again to everyone that comes, because it's important that we have these conversations. It's important that we understand why we may not feel comfortable using the word master. Why we may not be comfortable using the word slave. And we don't have to use that terminology. We can write our own chapters for who we are and what we are. And that, to me, is what's so important about being in the lifestyle and understanding that there are levels to this shit, and you can make it the way you want to make it for you and whoever you're involved with, whether it's a poly relationship, a swinger relationship, a BDSM relationship. You have the chance to change some things and mold some people and really, really get into this. So make sure you get your tickets to the Ebony Erotic Experience. Hey, Dave, how are you? On my Instagram. Go out to Eventbrite. Tickets right now are $225. That's for the VIP experience, which everyone is VIP. We have vendors on 2 floors. That ticket also includes all of your food at the venue. The only thing at the venue that you might pay for is your cash bar, as well as we want you to shop with our vendors. Definitely do that. Also, we will be checking with as we get a little closer with our featured entertainers, if they will have slots available for you to maybe have private sessions with them. You guys will be able to take care of that payment with them. So that doesn't even come through us. That will be with the people that you want to be with. Okay. So I want to make that clear. But get your tickets. Damn it. Go out there and get those tickets. And we still need sponsors. If you'd like to sponsor, you can also reach out to us on all of our platforms. We have sponsor information, and we still have a few vendor areas open. So make sure that you get in contact with us as well if you'd like to be a vendor. And always remember that this is a 2-day event. It is not 1 day. It is a 2-day event. And we do have a host hotel. Okay, guys, so let us get into tonight's topic, shall we? So we've got a little feedback. Are we good?
I got it. I fixed it.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
So tonight, guys, we have a great topic in store for everyone. And we are going to let our sister take the lead this evening, and we're going to talk about physical intimacy. This is going to be really a great thing to learn. We are going to even have at the Ebony Erotic Experience some intimacy courses and classes and things for you guys to practice, especially with your significant other or just with yourself, because a lot of times we forget. We need to have that intimate relationship with ourselves too. Okay. So self-love is very important to us at Ebony Erotic Experience, and it's very important to us here at Juicy Tales Erotic Chat. So without further ado, I am going to turn this over to my beautiful little sis. I can't wait. And here she goes, everyone. Miss Purple Rain is going to lead us off tonight.
Hey. So, actually, we're going to talk about non-physical intimacy. But physical intimacy is the one thing that we all equate with sex, oral, touching, feeling. And all of those things are great. But in order for you to get to those things, you need to have that non-physical connection. So, as Miss JewCee always does, y'all know I like the dictionary. So we're gonna go to what the definition of intimacy is first. So, intimacy is a word derived from the Latin word intimus, meaning innermost or deepest. And the root word is a figurative reference to affections and feelings. So intimacy can be defined in many ways, but it's always the deepest or innermost feelings of something, whether it be a friendship, a familyship, a relationship. All of those things involve intimacy. In its simplest form, intimacy is the degree of closeness and the bond that exists between you and another person. So that's what intimacy is. Now, there are 5 types of intimacy. The one that we most think of when we think of intimacy is physical intimacy. Then you also have emotional intimacy, intellectual intimacy, spiritual intimacy, and social intimacy.
Okay, can you repeat those 5 again?
Yes, ma'am.
So I can get them all down, because look, guys, just in case y'all think we don't sit around and take notes, and we do this shit, okay? Because we
do.
We all want to be better at our relationships, at helping each and every one of you, and helping ourselves. So that's why we do stress, pen and paper or typing or whatever it is that you need to do to make sure that you can take some of this knowledge with you. So repeat those 5 types again.
Yes. The 5 types of intimacy are physical intimacy, emotional, intellectual, spiritual, and social. Hey.
Hey, ecstasy.
Hey, X.
All right, we get those down, ladies?
Yes.
Okay, so those are the 5 forms of intimacy. And like I said, most times when we think of intimacy, we automatically have been indoctrinated into going straight to intimacy only being physical. With the and sometimes we forget the other 4 even exist because of the fact that, like I said, society has indoctrinated us into automatically thinking intimacy is physical touch. Most people, though, need the other 4 to even get to the physical touch. Some people cannot just, for lack of a better term, go at it. There has to be some type of connection. There has to be some type of conversation or intellectual bond or emotional bond. There has to be something that draws you to this person physically. And it usually comes from one of the other 4. Now, if you're anything like me, my 2 intimacy main go-tos are intellectual and spiritual.
Okay.
Most people who are into intellectual intimacy, like conversation. Have you ever had somebody tell you they get turned on by talking about politics or talking about things going on in the world? Like having that deep conversation with a person about current events can turn them on. Those are intellectually intimate people. They need to have some type of intellectual connection with you to even get to the physical. Without that intellectual connection, there's no getting to the physical. I don't care how fine you are, how much you touch on them, how much you tell them you want them. If they don't have a mental connection with you, you'll never get to the physical aspect with you. And those people are usually called sapiosexuals. Yes, ma'am.
That would be me.
Yeah. And as we as women get older, a lot of us, and I know a lot of men are like that, but as women get older, we need something more than just touching on me. So as men and go ahead.
Let me ask you, let me interject here. So let me ask you a question here, because I think there's a lot of women out there, I don't even feel like they need to be older, because I knew I was like this a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was truly blessed. And I'm going to go way back. I'm going to go back to my high school sweetheart, who was, class president, straight A student, very, very, very intellectual back then.
Mm-hmm.
And we were not sexually active. So to be able to enjoy each other's company, I mean, we both had to be on that intellectual high. And I always say he ruined me for anybody else. So, which he did. Yeah, everybody else has been okay.
I mean, I feel the same way.
Yeah. My high school sweetheart. There you go. Tim Coleman, still love you, my high school sweetheart. After all these years, he's still a sweetie. But the intellectual portion of it back then, because we didn't have what we've got now. When I was coming up, remember, I'm in the 60s and the 70s. We didn't have internet. So we had to sit down and
have conversations
and talk face to face, not over a piece of apparatus, or we would talk on the phone. And
definitely
drive my parents crazy because I was on the phone for 2 hours.
We all drove our parents crazy with that.
Yeah,
because that communication it's central. It's right there. It's in front of you. You have to be present to have these kind of conversations. There was no, I'm on the phone, but I'm also on the phone. It was just, I'm on the phone and I'm sitting here and I'm having a conversation. I'm present in the conversation in the moment where we are right now. You had to write a letter. You had to be in somebody's face. Was it no, I'm out and I'm gonna call this person, let them know that I'm coming by. No, you had to kind of either go home and call or take the risk, which I don't suggest, of pop calling.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was definitely more what you're saying. What you're talking about, this more intimate. You have to be present.
That is definitely true. So I agree with both of you all on that, and I'm definitely one of those people. But like I was saying, the other part for me, and I've only seen these two things go hand in hand. The other two, I've not seen have a connection. But usually, when somebody is has intellectual intimacy, they also have spiritual intimacy. And with spiritual intimacy, I don't want you to think religion. I want you to think more about core values, things like that. So it doesn't necessarily, your core values can be tied to your religion, but aren't necessarily based on religion. Because a lot of my core values, I would say, are based in Christianity, but I'm not necessarily a Christian. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
In order for me to become physically intimate with someone, there has to be an intellectual connection as well as a core value or a spiritual connection. Some type of connection with the two of those has to connect when I'm conversing with that person or spending time with that person in order for me to physically want them. And one of the other ones is social intimacy. Now, most people wouldn't think that would be a big thing. And we can talk about all of these individually. I just want to kind of get out what they are. But with social intimacy, it has more to do with, the easiest way to explain this is if you've ever had a partner tell you, I can't be physically intimate with someone who's not willing to do things with me that I like to do. in turn do things with them that they like to do. I might not necessarily like to do them, but I want you to do them with me so that we can build a connection. That's that social intimacy. So say if I like to rock climb, but my partner doesn't, but if I want to go, they'll go with me and spend that time with me and get to know me on that level. Same as if they like to bowl and I don't like to bowl, but I'll go and have fun with them because that's something they like to do.
Okay.
And build that type of intimacy, and then we can get to the physical. All of these are about building different aspects of your relationship.
Right.
The last one.
I was going to say real quick, just interjecting, and I can identify with that because both of my ex-husbands, they could roller skate their asses off. No, I'm gonna fall on my ass. Now I could ice skate, but I couldn't roller skate. And I wasn't really into roller skating. I was more into ice skating because I did actually ice skate growing up. So, but I love to go watch them and support them. On occasion, roller skating. Now, I didn't have to go with you every week. I didn't want to do that because all y'all do is go round and round and round in a circle. And you know, and you do some quick little dance steps that I can't do with them damn skates on. But I get what you're saying. You know, you're trying to be supportive in different. You don't have to like everything that your partner does, but I think being supportive is part of building your relationship with that person and being there, and also just basically cheering them on a little bit. You know, just yay. You know, everybody could use a yay. You know what I mean?
Every now and then, a clap on the hand. You know,
right?
Like, yeah, you better go, girl.
Go, baby.
Yeah,
go, baby.
Yeah. That's my baby.
I'm so proud of you.
It feels good.
It does. But then sometimes that can lead into that emotional intimacy too. That one is the biggest one, though. That is when you think, a lot of people, when they think of intimacy, they think of physical and emotional. Emotional isn't what we think it is, though. It's not all about the I love you and the oohs and the ahs and the cooing and the cat noises and the baby names, and that's part of it. But the emotional part is more about meeting your partner where they're at, letting your partner be vulnerable with you and comfortable enough to be vulnerable with you. Not berating them, not telling them that they're not good enough, that what they want to do, you know, giving all that negativity, it's not gonna work. There has to be some type of positive reinforcement in anything, especially in a relationship, on an emotional level. And sometimes we tend to forget that us as women, yes, we're very emotional, but sometimes we have to allow that space for our men to be just as vulnerable. And a lot of times in our relationships, that emotional intimacy isn't there because we as women feel like they are not allowed to be emotional. And men are indoctrinated that being emotional, for lack of a better term, is being a bitch ass nigga.
Or being feminine, and it's not.
Or being feminine.
Or being weak.
Or being weak.
Exactly.
Or some people that it irritates my soul, but when they see that a male has what they quote unquote call feminine traits, he's automatically gay. And emotions is one of those feminine traits that men tell other men that they're not real men because they have.
And men are definitely emotional as well. Y'all may not show it the same way we do.
We're all human beings. They have
exactly. You're supposed to
things we do.
You're supposed to. You're supposed to be emotional. You're supposed to have feelings and things like that. That's your guidance system. Use that.
Honestly, people not letting men show emotions is one of the reasons why I don't necessarily believe in traditional gender roles, because of the fact that I tend to believe that those gender roles lead to the demasculization of men. because it makes them feel like having emotions is no longer masculine, when having emotions is the most masculine thing you could ever do. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. We
Absolutely.
definitely. And here's the thing. I think too, by these men not being able to, um, for lack of a better term, handle their emotions, we have a lot of men out here committing suicide.
We do.
Um,
We do.
they're not coping or dealing with issues and problems, and they're, you just suck it up, cupcake. That's basically what they're told to do. And dumbasses, that's not working.
It's
Okay,
not.
that's not working. And we have a lot of young black males. I'm looking at these reports. I'm looking at who, because it's out there now a lot more. I think I don't know if you guys, if it's something that maybe we're just hearing more about. I don't know if the numbers have gone up or not, but it just seems like we're hearing more and more and more about men, not just not, and I'm not even just going to just keep it in one race, but I'm hearing more and more men are taking their own lives. Like they
Because they're
can't.
not able to express themselves, and therefore they're holding, and it's pent up, and then they're having these emotions, but they can't because they're told that they're not supposed to. And stop it. Let them do. Stop. Just let people be.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to do it, that's fine. If that works for you, that's good. Stop making other people, men specifically, which is what we're talking about. Stop making men feel like they can't express how they feel and be emotionally intelligent enough to do so.
Yeah.
That shit's sexy to me.
And I think the vulnerability portion of it, once again, even for a strong woman, or a woman that considers herself strong or independent, that she's had to do all things by herself. I think even there, it's difficult because people have a certain expectation of some people, because, oh, you're the strong one. And I'm sure some of us have heard that before. You're the strong one. You'll be just fine. It's okay. You're okay. Yeah, it's no big deal,
That's dismissive as hell. Stop it.
but it's
It's
being
dismissive.
and said,
Definitely.
especially when you're trying to do things, and Purple Rain, you and I have talked about this, and I think even you and I, Siren, at one point, not all women want to be out here doing it all by themselves.
Nope.
But they don't have a choice, because
It's called adulting.
it's exactly
What she said. Exactly.
and it's got to get done. The adulting part has to get done, because I'm an adult. The bills are coming due. The children need this.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that some of this is rolled over into where our men are not around to help raise children and keep the family unit going. Even if we're going to parent separately, we are not even co-parenting well. We've got men that are just totally walking away
As
from.
well as those that are not, that the woman has walked away from.
Yeah, same thing. They're just walking away because, oh, I'm not my problem.
Yep.
Not my responsibility. I'm good. I'm gonna go take my little red ball and I'm going over here.
Not my little red ball.
Yeah,
I mean, the little red ball.
little red ball.
Just bouncing.
From household to household to household, with no kind of emotional ties.
None
Red-
whatsoever. None whatsoever.
Anybody can play with it.
The big thing is, though, that building on those other 4 intimacies is not going to do nothing but increase your physical intimacy. So the biggest question I get all the time is, Well, if we're not having sex, what can we do to build intimacy?
Then
Have
does
a
that mean that
conversation.
they don't know what that means?
I'm just saying, these are questions that I get. And
No.
one of the things that I tell people all the time is find something that you all have a common interest in and then do something or have a conversation around that. So, if we both have an interest in art, there's something on every one of those levels that you can do to build intimacy. So, if me and my partner both have an interest in art, we can talk about art. We can go watch an artistic movie. We can go to a museum. We can go purchase some art. Like we can plan dates around something that we have in common and hit on all those levels of different intimacy to make our relationship better. The physical part should never be the goal, but it is always a great benefit.
Or the reward.
Or the reward.
Oh, what a great
Exactly.
reward.
A lot of, and I'm going to say this like this only because most of the people that come to me with this issue are men, but it could be some women out there too. You know, I'm an equal opportunist. A lot of men say, well, I'm very attracted to my wife, and when I try to touch her, she don't want to be touched. Well, have you had to try to have a conversation with your wife? She's had a busy day. Most of us are rearing our children, cooking and cleaning and working. And most men are only going to work. And I'm only saying that because these are the types of men that I hear this from a lot. Are the men that just are the providers and the women do everything else. Try running her bath water. Making her a bath. She's had a long day with the kids. You get home at 5:30. Instead of expecting dinner be ready.
Dinner on the table.
Well, even if dinner, okay, let's not even say expecting dinner on the table. She went to work today. She picked up the kids from school. She fixed dinner, and you get home and dinner is ready on the table. If dinner is ready on the table and she's had a long day, how about when you all get done with dinner, you go run her bath water and then come back and do the dishes? Show her that appreciation. Go let her take a break for a second and you have a conversation with the kids for the day while she's relaxing. That's something that you can do to build that intimacy, because I bet you any amount of money, you go run that bath water for her, get the kids ready for bed, and wash the dishes while she's all in that bathtub. She gonna come out that bathtub, and after you take your shower and get ready for bed, she gonna be ready to go. Because
And
she's
even,
gonna
you
feel
know what?
appreciated.
And even if she's not, even if she falls asleep, even if
Hold
she is,
her.
hold her. Even that's intimacy
Intimate.
right
And I was gonna get to that next. But
Yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. It's the reward. But let's say, like you said, sex doesn't happen. She takes her bath. She feels appreciated. She lays down. Another way to build that intimacy, instead of trying to get sex out of her, hold her.
Mm-hmm.
But ladies, the flip is for you too as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's the provider. And there's some of us that do not work as much. I'm not going to say as hard because we do a lot. But we don't work the same amount of hours as our male partner does. And yes, we do all the other things. But sometimes, especially if you got a man that works 80-hour weeks, one of those days of the week, give him a foot massage. Give him a pedicure. Have a conversation with him about his work week. Build intimacy with him that way. Let him vent out some of his troubles and build that closeness there too. And I bet you any dollar that his thoughts of intimacy with you will no longer be surrounded about putting his penis in your vagina. It'll be about building a bond and a relationship with you and building on your relationship so that our marriages or relationships can last 30, 40 years like our grandparents used to. As a lot of people like to say. It cracks me up when they say marriages don't last like it did with our grandparents.
And you know what? But it's also relationships are give and take. And
Give and
once
take.
again, we have a lot of folks out there that we are stuck on the instant grits philosophy. And
Yes.
that is, we just open up the package of grits, put it in the bowl, add some hot water, stir, and that's it. It's instant grits. But relationships are not like
They're not.
instant grits. They
They're not.
take time. And you
They
can't.
take a lot of time. Relationships are more work than what people think they are. They think relationships are just like you said, instant grits. Or as when I was in college, they called it the McDonaldization of society. Fast food.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my favorite shows, the reason why I wanted to do this topic is because one of my favorite shows, as I'm been binge watching and getting caught up, is Married at First Sight. And I'm loving watching this show because they're pairing these people together based off interviews with relationship specialists. Had these interviews with all of these people that say, I'm ready to be married. I just need a partner. I want somebody to do this life with. And they put these people that on paper, based on the personalities that they put forth in these interviews, would be perfect for each other, whether it is the balance or their personality traits match. Something about them makes them perfect for the other person. But it shows how we be so in our heads about what we think it is we need and what it is we think we want. We dismiss what's in front of us and don't build on those other intimacy things. And it's all about, because it's funny, on the show, they get married. They don't meet before they get married. They go buy their wedding dress and plan this wedding in 2 weeks and do all these things, walk down the aisle, and neither one of them has seen each other, known each other's name, nothing. They get married. They have a honeymoon night. They have a honeymoon, and then they move in together. All in 8 weeks' time. And at the end of the 8 weeks, they have to decide if they want to stay married or get divorced. Well, it's funny to me because they get married, and the first thing that's on some of these people's minds is, well, she's my husband, he's my husband, she's my wife. I should automatically get sex out of this person. And that's not true. Some people, most people, need other forms of intimacy before they can give themselves fully physically. And watching this show, I watched these couples go through these phases of learning what true intimacy is. And some of the couples figure it out right away, and some of them don't. I've not seen a single couple on the show that I've watched have sex on the honeymoon night. But by the end of their honeymoon, they have had that open communication and figured it out in less than 5 days. Where you have other couples that by week 7, week 8, when they're making their decision, they still ain't figured it out yet. Because they thought they were ready, because they wanted all these things, but they were stuck in their head about what they thought a relationship was. And when they didn't get it, they gave up. They threw in the towel. Oh, I'm not physically attracted to her. But you found her beautiful. So how are you not physically attracted to her when the day she walked down the aisle, you thought she was the most beautiful thing on the planet? Because you were excited that you were getting a wife that day. So anything probably would have been beautiful to you. But you didn't realize that you needed to build a different type of connection with her to be attracted to her. Or you were physically attracted to her, but once she opened her mouth, you didn't realize that that was going to turn you off, and you thought it was all about the beauty. And you learn. I've been just watching the show. I'm not even, because I have children, I'm not able to be on the show. But by watching this show, I have learned so much about myself. And I'm not even in a relationship right now, but it's got me thinking about when I do get in a relationship, how do I keep from messing this up because it's something that I've wanted. I'm one of those people that be like, if I just had my person, if I just had this, and it just, you learn so much about yourself studying intimacy, because you realize unless you know yourself and know what it is that you crave, you can never be happy with anybody no matter what they do for you, because you need to know what it is that you need to have that conversation with them about your needs, and vice versa with them about their needs.
Yeah, a lot of people, I think, we don't teach, nor do we talk about intimacy. The only thing we really talk about is sex. And we don't and we talk about the surface of sex. When you stop and you think about it, we're not talking about the deeper connection. We're not talking about all the different types of orgasms. We are simply talking about insert dick here.
Insert pussy here.
Yeah, put, insert dick in ass, insert dick in coochie, insert dick in mouth, and insert dick between the boobies, and we're done. Okay, but we're really not talking about the different types of orgasms that you can have. We really don't have a strong foundation of self, because we have been indoctrinated to think we got to find that person. Oh, that biological clock is ticking. Okay,
and it's not about that. Finding that person is finding yourself. When I hit that epiphany that finding your soulmate was really about finding yourself.
And your statement right there, that statement, what you just said.
That's a Drops Mic statement. Finding your soulmate, though, in order to find, because I don't even like that word, find your soulmate. But in order to find your soulmate, you need to find yourself first. Because until you found yourself, you're not going to attract what it is that you want.
How about we say no?
I learned
until you know yourself.
Yeah, until you know yourself.
I learned from my teacher. Her name is Candace Silvers, and the way she described intimacy was into me, I see. So I want to be intimate with you, then that means that's what that is. And to me, I see. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at me. That's that intimacy.
I'm looking at a reflection of myself when I look at
mirror.
You.
Yes.
And you want to be. I think sometimes, like, I read some of the comments, even some of the male comments that are out there that are in the EEE group, and I chuckle to myself, because number one, I'm a little older, been around the block like more times than most, but I just look. I just
the block a couple of times.
Right. I just look at these responses, or these questions, or these comments, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, honey, no wonder you ain't got nobody. Don't nobody want to be bothered with that bullshit. I didn't want to be bothered with it in my 20s. I know I don't want to be bothered with it in my 60s. You haven't evolved. You haven't stepped up. You haven't moved further. You have done nothing. You sound like a regurgitating child. You are regurgitating the things that you have been told, and for whatever reason, and I think we've talked about this before, you have decided that these things with no rhyme or reason are the gospel, are the end all and be all. You have not evolved
at all.
So you bore people. I'm one of those people. I get bored very easy. I can hear this. If I hear like 3 of the same words that I don't want to hear, I'm bored. I'm done. Stick a fork in me. you bring no intellect, you bring no originality, you bring regurgitation. And what's bad is what you all don't realize when you do this, when you regurgitate somebody else's thoughts, those aren't, they're not yours.
Especially when you regurgitate them with no individuality.
Exactly.
That I seen, okay, so I don't know if y'all saw my post, maybe it was a week or 2 weeks ago, where I screenshot a post from one person that I had seen like 5 or 6 more times prior to that. It was something about when Black women are single because they want to be paid to be in a relationship.
I missed
So
that one.
I do remember you putting that up. Yes.
At the point that I posted it, I had seen it 5 times by 5 different men and once by a woman. The exact same words, no change, just a background change because it was a different person posting it. As of today, that was 2 weeks ago when I posted that. As of today, I've seen it 20 times. The exact same post. Everybody is just regurgitating what they see somebody else do, and they're only doing it because they have so much internal hurt that they are reflecting what they have been through.
I can agree with that, and then I want to piggyback off of that. They are also lazy.
Yeah, that too.
Let's just go there. I mean, I can cut and paste. I don't have to have an original thought. Somebody else said something similar to what I was thinking. I'm gonna cut and paste. Because number one, I don't have the control of the English language that I should have. Because number two, I didn't stay in school, so I don't have any intellect, honestly. And a lot of stuff that you read, you don't understand what it even means because you're actually getting snippets of pieces of thoughts.
Exactly.
You're not getting a full thought, and you have no intentions of thinking for yourself. You are simply a robot. You are simply insignificant. And I think that people miss that. You cannot and I guess this has been me pretty much most of my life. You cannot step to me and not have an intellect. Every gentleman that I have really, 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 really cared for, including Goofy, you know who, Jasmine, including Goofy.
That's why I looked at you like that, because
he has a college degree. Okay, a lot of people don't know that about him, but he does.
He does.
He is not stupid.
We call him Goofy and not stupid for a very good reason.
He's very, very intelligent, very intellectual, very. Sometimes he don't turn it on, and I get that. Some people don't turn on their brains. I feel you on that. Hi, Rita. Hi. And Keela. Hi. But we sometimes, I think we just, once again, we get lazy. We don't want to think for ourselves. Either we're afraid of rejection, we're afraid that somebody is not going to like what we had to say.
Yep.
Or we're afraid of success, and all of a sudden everybody wants to be on the bandwagon. But I think it's really sad that, I mean, I love copy and paste sometimes, but I don't want to copy and paste somebody else's thoughts. I want to have my own.
Right. Definitely. And
I think a lot of our young folks out here, we're not reading with comprehension. We're not reading with empathy. We're not reading with spirituality.
Nope. We're not reading with an open mind. We're reading just the words on the page. And that's where the comprehension comes from, because just because the words on the page, the context in which the words are written and put together is what determines what they really mean. And again, that goes back to intimacy, because it's about knowing how to interpret the things that your partner is saying that they might not be physically saying.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't feel like this is intimacy, but it's one of those things where I have learned to bond with people that I don't have same interest in. So the types of guys that I'm attracted to are usually like goofy and are really intelligent and can have deep conversation, but sometimes they don't want to use it. They tend to like video games. And I used to think it was something crazy that every guy that I was attracted to liked video games. But I like to read books, and I had to learn that they were kind of similar. So while he's sitting there playing the video game, I can either sit on the couch and put my feet up on him or lay on his lap and read my book. All they wanted was me to be in the room.
Presence.
The presence of me.
Being in the moment.
Being in the moment and spending that time. I know a lot of couples have issues with their significant other being on the phone. With social media, everybody's on their phone. And I had a person I was dating one time. Me and that person would be in the room together. They liked watching movies. I'm not a TV person. So I would be in the room with them, but I'd be on my phone. I got stuff to do. I got businesses to run. I'm on social media. And if I'm sitting here doing idle time, I'm going to get work done on my social media. That's just how my brain works. Well, for me, that was intimacy, because we're together. I'm touching you. I'm laying on you. I'm right here. If I can hear everything you're saying, I'm paying attention to you. You're watching a movie. It might not necessarily be the type of movie I want to watch or that keeps my attention. So in order to keep me present, I'm doing something that's keeping my attention. And a lot of people don't like it. It's just one of those things. When people learn that just being in that presence, and it's part of learning. The last series we did was love languages. It's one of those things that's kind of like love languages. You have to have those discussions with your partner with intimacy to figure out what it is that makes them tick, so you all can figure out how to build your intimacy. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because those are simple things. A picnic lunch. Museums, at least here in Indiana, a lot of them are free.
Here in
Go
Cleveland.
walk a museum and talk about stuff.
Mm-hmm. Put your phones away. I think
phones away. And I was using a phone as an example when people are watching TV, because I'm not a TV person. I don't want to sit and watch TV. I feel like I'm not doing anything with my life if I do that. So
I'm the exact opposite, because I'm a filmmaker. I like watching TV because it gives me ideas. So
exactly,
we can be opposites.
And that's what I'm saying. It's different for everybody. But sometimes we do need to put the phones away. I think that I don't take my phone on a date. I stick it in my purse and zip it up. I have my earpiece in usually because I have kids. So I can hear it ring because I leave my ringer off. So it tells me in my earbud, your phone is ringing. So I'll look at it if it's my kid. If not, I let it go to voicemail. I keep my phone zipped up and put away because I don't have an iPhone, so I ain't got to watch y'all. Because somebody tell me, well, just get a watch. I ain't got an iPhone. I'm not buying an Android watch. I'm not here for it. I'm gonna stick with my Android. I'm gonna hold it out. That's my love.
Well, iPhones can hear the messages in the ear, just so you know. So you don't necessarily need the watch. I don't
need to hear the message. I need to know who's calling me.
That's all. It'll tell you. It'll tell you.
Oh, okay.
It'll tell you.
Maybe in another lifetime. I like my Samsung, and Samsung likes me. So, but when you're on dates, when you're building that intimacy with somebody, put your phone away and have a conversation. I see a lot of couples, even couples that are in relationships, not just out there dating each other in relationships. They have the right idea, but they're sitting at dinner and they're both on their phone.
Well, and here's the thing, a lot of that is gone, even when I was growing up, we had family dinners. My mom would cook dinner, even if she got done with work, we would come in, and she'd come in from work, throw dinner together. Monday through Thursday, my mom cooked Monday through Thursday. Friday night, we always went out to dinner. Saturday, she cooked like hot dogs, chili, something easy, and then Sunday, a nice formal dinner. But at all of those dinners, we were all sitting at the table together, talking about our day and what happened. And, Sally Sue did this at school. And it wasn't stuff maybe that my parents wanted to hear that happened to us as kids at school. And, my parents would talk about, jobs or whatever the case may be, bills, something. But it was a time for the whole family to sit down and, really have that time, that intimate time together. And those are memories you can't, I lost my parents at a young age, so they're not things that I can continue, because then life happens. And I think we get into the hustle and bustle. And I know that with the invention of cell phones, we're not as intimate as we could be as a people, because everybody has to be on their phone. Like, if you're
like, if you're not on your phone, you're missing something.
You're missing what? Girls Gone Wild? I mean, what are you missing? Really, honestly, everything is recorded. You can look at it at another time. Spend some time, because for those of you that have not, and I don't wish this on anyone, but you all don't know what I would give to have my parents back in my life. Once people are gone, they're gone. They're not coming back. And we waste a lot of precious time, maybe arguing or fighting or having a disagreement over insignificant stuff. And then when they're gone, we cry the loudest. But yet and still, when they're here, everybody always has this saying, give me my flowers while I'm here. Well, put your damn cell phones down and do that. Spend that time with your significant other, or with your friends, or whatever it is that you need to do. I know we all get busy. I understand that. But if you have to block some time out, block some time out. Call and check on people. Make sure they're okay, because some people may look good on the surface, but once again, suicides are up.
Yep.
Check on your strong friend.
Suicides are up.
Boy, check on your strong friend for real. Because, Jesus, I'm that friend, and I don't know where I got all my emotions from all of a sudden, but check on your strong friend.
Check on everybody. Check on, it just, and a text is nice, but a phone call and hearing each other's voice is better.
It's something to be said when you hear somebody say, hey, I just needed to hear your voice.
And a lot of things get lost in translation when we keep texting back and forth and back.
Because you don't know context, subtext, or nothing. There's no tone. There's no nothing. These are just words, yo. They're just words. So however you're reading it in your head is your shit.
Right. And you may not be getting the full effect of what somebody is trying to say or get across to you.
Because you can say one statement a whole bunch of different ways, and it has different meanings. So you need to know, so how did you really mean
that? When you think about intimacy and you think about non-physical intimacy, I guess you also have to get into a little bit into your own psyche.
Can
Intimacy with yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, you can definitely have self-intimacy. I wasn't. Hold on, that caught me off guard because I wasn't even thinking about that. You brought up a good point though.
No, because honestly, because I've been thinking about that. Me actually going through my metamorphosis, whatever you want to call it, right now. Me learning to love myself physically, internally, mentally. It's a lot of different things. So what you just said is intimacy with myself is, in essence.
But see, the thing is this, self-intimacy is one of the hardest things for people to grasp on, only because we've conditioned it to be self-love.
I think, honestly, I think they're two different things.
They are two different things, but when you talk to people about self-intimacy, this is the thing that I've gotten from at least people that I've talked to. When I talk to people about self-intimacy, they're like, huh? Isn't that just self-love, loving yourself? Da, 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 da. No. Well, I'm not about to, self-intimacy. What you mean, like masturbate? No, that's not what I'm talking about. That can be part of it, because just like with relationship intimacy, there is a physical aspect, but self-intimacy again falls still with all of those 5 traits: physical, emotional, intellectual. It's about knowing yourself. It's about learning what you like, learning what you don't like. What are your hard no's? What are some things that it could be, it couldn't be? What are some things you're going to stand in for in a relationship, and what are some things you're not going to take at all? It's about knowing who you are. If you don't know, but the biggest thing with self-intimacy, if you don't have self-intimacy or self-knowledge of the things that you are willing to take, not willing to take, deem unacceptable, or that like or don't like, you ain't gonna never be able to communicate with a partner to be able to build intimacy
With someone else.
With someone else. You have to fully know who you are, or be willing to say that, hey, I might not fully understand these things about myself, but these are some of the things that I am grasping to understand about myself. You have to have some type of self-awareness. And a lot of people don't seem to get that, because self-awareness comes in many different forms, and intimacy is one of those. Again, it's like when you say intimacy, it's you say the one thing that you said your teacher taught you: into me I see. It's an look into yourself. There are things about me that have changed in my 40 years. I used to love to read, to the point to where at the age of 7, I finished Pride and Prejudice. How many 7-year-olds are reading Pride and Prejudice? 1814, I finished by 10th grade. So those are the types of books I used to love to read then. You can't get me to pick up none of them books now. I'm a Game of Thrones fan, but the moment it came on TV, I put Fire and Blood down. You get what I'm saying? Like, for fun now, I read stuff that gets my imagination going.
But that also comes with just you've conquered some things too. When you're sitting and saying, no, I'm not going to read Pride and Prejudice again. I've read it once.
Yeah.
You're changing. You're
evolving.
Yeah, you're changing.
Right, but the hard thing for me to accept in that is that I went from reading books that we deemed intellectual to reading books that were a little bit more fun. So for a minute in that process of self-evaluation, I thought I was dumbing myself down by no longer wanting to read those intellectual style books. It wasn't that it's just that I was looking for a different outlet in myself, because I had conquered, like you said, my intellectual side. I had gotten my smarts together. I had gotten my thought processes together on my intellectual side. And now I was trying to cultivate my intimate side, or my emotional side, or whatever thing at that moment was grasping my attention, whether it be sex novels, or studying things in BDSM, or reading when I got into stuff like Game of Thrones novels and Harry Potter books and things like that. Those were things that sparked, because I love history, sparked that side of my brain. So it wasn't so much for me. I thought I was losing my smartness, but I
No, you
wasn't.
were just stimulating other senses
I
that you
was
weren't
stimulating
stimulating
other
with.
things because I had satisfied that part of myself that I already needed to satisfy myself with.
And
Yeah.
that I think when you're saying all of that, that's very key for a lot of people. We tend to, for lack of a better term, hold on to things too long
Yes.
and kind of like choke it to death. And we're not, we're no longer into it, but we don't want to let it go
Mm-hmm.
because this is called familiar.
Yes. And I mean, that's a big part of relationships. I mean,
Right.
the biggest takeaway, I think, with building intimacy is learning when you've built the intimacy with that person, but it's not what's meant for you.
It's
Exactly.
no longer expansive.
It no longer serves its purpose.
Exactly. And you have to do what? Let it go.
And that's part of emotional intelligence too. And we've talked about that before too. It's funny how a lot of people don't think all of these things coincide together, but they do. And they're all
Absolutely.
about knowing, and it's all about knowing at the core of it all, knowing about who you are,
Knowing self. Yeah.
knowing yourself. Because you cannot build a relationship with any other person, no matter what type of relationship it is, a business relationship, a family ship, a friendship, a partnership, anything with anybody else, if you don't know yourself. Because if you do have a relationship with somebody else and you don't know yourself, they're going to turn you into who they are.
Or you will allow yourself to become who they
You would
are.
allow yourself to become diminished
Manipulated.
is what I'm trying to say.
You might, or manipulated.
Manipulated, yeah. But to
You
me,
can,
being manipulated is a form of diminishment, because most people that get manipulated, in their head, they're screaming no. They're like, no, I
Mm.
don't like this. No, I don't like this. And they there's like a little bird on their shoulder telling them that there's something wrong, but they don't speak because they're diminished. They're a diminished version of themselves, and they never really physically actualized themselves mentally onto who they were. Do you get what I'm saying?
well,
Because
it's just like being okay. So it's to break it down a little, maybe make it a little more simple. If you're in, for example, I was in an abusive relationship.
yes,
My abusive relationships don't always have to be physical. They can be psychological. They can be emotional. They can be mental.
definitely.
Um, so it doesn't always have to be somebody putting their hands on you, but it can be someone inadvertently putting their hands
Your brain.
on your mind, on your mindset, on you trying to not rock the boat, make things smooth and make things easy, and making sure that number one, you're not yelled at, or you're not, as you said, you're not in a diminished capacity. Um, so a lot of things that we do when we're with our partner, sometimes we're trying to please our partner and we lose ourselves
Mm-hmm.
in the process. Um, and you do have to have a strong sense of self, even if you're going into a relationship and you want to hold on to that strong sense of self, um, which sometimes I think is the most difficult thing to do, because we as people, we want to care about somebody, we want to make them happy, we have a tendency to lose ourselves. I think women do that quite a bit. Men do it too. Um, but we're so busy trying to please them that we lose and forget to be pleased ourselves.
Exactly.
And if you want to call that a diminished capacity, I guess we could.
I mean, that's how I just personally feel about it.
Right.
But everybody has their opinions on what they feel like it actually is. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I think what is good about this conversation tonight is that one of the things that I'm really campaigning for, I think, as I live out the rest of my years, is I want people to understand how important physical health and mental health and your sexual health, all of these things are so important. Your sexual health is just as important as your mental health. Your sexual health is just as important as your physical health. And underneath sexual health comes intimacy.
Yep.
And it is a component of your sexual health. It is a piece of it. It is a part of it. It's also, intimacy is also a part of your psychological health.
It is.
Your mental health.
Emotional.
All of these things tied together, but yet and still we want
separate. They all tie together, but it's still separate.
But have their own little casing, I guess you could say,
Yes.
a little bridge or a little tunnel that connects everyone together.
Yep.
But we want to diminish our sexual health. We don't want to talk about it. We want to whisper.
We want it to be very, very quiet.
We don't want anyone to know that we're having sex.
We can't let people know we like sex.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, I like sex.
I love sex.
I mean, I tell people,
was that a question?
People think I be joking. But you know how people say everybody has their vice. Some people smoke a little weed, some people drink a little liquor. Mine is sex.
Mine is sucking a little dick. Yeah.
You know how they say you have. I mean, and I know like they like to say there's sex addicts out here, and that is a true thing. Mm-hmm. But you just like you got people out here that when they get stressed at work, they go home and smoke a blunt. Sometimes I hate being single because I just want to come home and suck some dick. Yeah. I had a long day at work.
I need to relieve some tension. I need to let it go.
I'm sorry for anybody that's watching this that's not used to, because I did put this on my other platform today too, because I wanted some of the girls on that side to hear my intimacy talk. But so I'm sorry if any of you all found that, a little intrusive. But sometimes I wish I had a man at home so I could just come home and suck a little dick. Like
and a lot of things, like I said, a lot of things that we've been taught. We've been indoctrinated to believe. Men and women, it is really all a bunch of hogwash. It's all a bunch of BS. But so many people are holding on to the BS that they're not ready to step away and be their authentic self.
Exactly.
Well, definitely. Purple Rain, kudos, my love. Kudos.
Thank you.
Yes, kudos. This was amazing. Yes.
This was so enlightening and educational, informative. And if you guys missed any of it, please go back and listen
on the playback.
Go back and listen to all of it because it's really
all three important. Of our YouTube pages have this.
Yes. It's important that we talk about these kinds of topics and we get this information out to you guys and that you guys learn a little bit more, not just about your partner, but I think the real big big problem that we are having nowadays is everybody wants, like I said, an instant relationship when they don't have that instant relationship with themselves. They don't even take the time to boil the water for the instant grits. So when it comes to themselves,
they put the grits in the cold water.
right? That's it. That's it.
And it clumps up.
And I can't understand why it don't work. There we have it. Wow. Yeah. This was really good topic tonight. As usual, Purple Rain, you knocked it out of the park. Thank you. Ma'am. Thank you. But it's about that time, guys. And it goes by so quick. It just does. It really just does. But you know what? We're going to come back. Plans for the week, Miss Siren? Anything going on with you?
Just still getting back into the swing of the 9 to 5:30.
Okay. And Miss Purple Rain, anything going on with you?
I am now available for sessions, y'all. If you want to book a couples intimacy session, learn a little bit about maybe some wax kink or electricity, because I don't teach fire. I will teach couples wax and electricity, though. Some intimacy bonding skills, things like that. My books are now open. Got a lot more time on my hands, so we're gonna use it to build the other businesses.
All right.
Other than that, I don't really have no events or anything coming up. Ohio, I will be in town. I will be in Dayton, Ohio, May 20th. I'm going to a protocol dinner with the House of Wonderland. So I will be in town for the weekend if you want to hit me up. Dayton. Other than that, I don't really have anything coming up until June or July, so I'll keep you guys posted.
Oh yeah, one thing. Tomorrow is May 1st.
May Day.
It is National Dani Month. Accepting all gifts and worship all month.
Oh boy.
What day is your birthday on?
The 15th. I'm in the middle of the month, so I'm celebrating the whole damn month.
You're a Taurus. Oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
That's what's wrong with you. Okay.
It's what's right with me, baby. It's what's right. It's everything that's right with me.
Now I fully get why we are the three of us the way we are. Okay, you're a Taurus. I got it.
One bull, one fish.
And a scorpion.
Full emotions and this stubborn bull thing over here. Got it.
Well, I will be traveling to Detroit this weekend, Friday and Saturday. I'm going to go be on the MC set. I am excited to get back in doing that. And then May 20th, I will be in Chicago. I got a couple of events going on up there. I'm going to definitely be with Miss Andrea Craig for her brunch event. That'll be on my page, as well as that's during the day, and then in the afternoon or in the evening I'll be at Stallion's event. So I'm gonna be going back to back. I'm gonna be tired. Hard on May 20th. So fun for me. So once again, guys, get your tickets for the Ebony Erotic Experience. It's coming up October 27th and 28th right here in Cleveland, Ohio. You do not want to miss this event. We've got a lot of announcements coming up in the month of May for more featured guests that will be attending this event. You definitely want to get your tickets. Do not wait. Do not hesitate. We have already sold out one block of rooms, and it's only April.
Yeah,
we're still in April.
I got my room.
I've got mine. I've got my suite. I have a suite.
Oh,
right. She gonna rub it in.
I had to. I got too much crap. gotta bring all this stuff. I got all this stuff.
I should have got a suite too. I gotta set up stuff too. But okay.
That part.
These rooms are if you're staying in, if you've already got your room, the hotel has totally been remodeled. We have seen the rooms. The rooms are very roomy. Very roomy. I'm just messing. So they're not like, you're not gonna be tripping over yourself. It's not like a schmedium king room. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's a nice size room.
I just want to say about the event, and I'm gonna say this one more time because I know she said it. But if y'all don't hurry up and go get the tickets, y'all gonna miss out.
You really will.
Because once they gone, and we quit selling them on October 13th. So ain't nobody getting in at the door. I'm gonna be at the door.
Yeah, nobody's gonna get in at the door. The door will not be. Oh, I know Miss JewCee. I know that.
I know, but you ain't getting in.
Our door patrol does not. I mean, and mostly everybody's going to be checking in at the hotel anyway. So
that part.
You're not gonna get past security. We have security on site. We have security within our organization. So it's just not gonna look good for you. It just isn't. So
get your tickets now. Like you said, today is the last day to get the 3 payment arrangement. The 2 payment arrangement will be going up within a day or so. Give us a couple of days at the most. Just let's get these tickets, y'all. Let's get these tickets. Y'all about to get sick of me on Facebook. Y'all about to
prepare to be sick of us.
If you ain't sick of them, you gonna be sick of me.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time though. I know it. I'm excited. I cannot wait.
I literally we just passed the anniversary of the last one, and I was watching videos and snaps of back then, and I'm just sitting there just like, we had a ball, man. Like, just
no sleep.
No sleep at all.
No sleep.
We'll sleep.
We ain't gonna get no sleep.
We had I think we had a couple hours nap, and that was it. It was a nap. Everybody up. Let's go.
Back up. Yeah.
It was a lot. Guys. So get your tickets.
It was great.
Eventbrite. Ebony Erotic Experience. The Second Coming. Second is spelled out. Coming is spelled CUMMING. Burlesque Edition. All right, guys. Well, next week on Juicy Tales Erotic Chat, Miss Siren will be taking the lead with the topic. Yes, negotiation. So
this is going to be interactive with the other hosts because I'm coming from the angle of I need to know about this stuff. So I have my questions just about ready, as well as I'm getting some videos for us to kind of watch so that we can kind of have a little bit more detail. But yeah, I'm going to need my sexperts to
hey Ralph,
hi baby,
to help me and learn me some stuff so I can put this I'm definitely putting this in my documentary, so just understand that. Yeah.
All right. I can't wait. So next week, make sure you tune in to Juicy Tales Erotic Chat. We'll be right back here. Okay. We start at 9 p.m. for our wonderful family in Barbados. Yes, the island folks. Woo-hoo. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, 7 p.m. Central, and 5 p.m. for our wonderful folks out there. Okay, so make sure you come on out. Tell a friend. Take a listen, get your little sippy poo together, get your pen and paper ready, because we try to make sure that everybody gets, a little bit of information, some things that you didn't know. Once again, got to give a shout out to my beautiful sis down here, right here, Miss Purple Rain, for holding it down tonight. Fantastic job. And we will see you next week right here on Juicy Tales Erotic Chat. Remember, enjoy, enlighten, and embrace eroticism. See you guys next week.
Bye.